Hey, everybody, welcome to today's show. Welcome to Equality and Rights for All. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke. We have a great topic for today's show in which it is schools reopening. Okay, so let's get right into this topic. Um, First of all, uh, I'm sure we have all been hearing about how in many states schools have reopened quickly and, um, like you know, like colleges and stuff like that, and these kids got sick with the COVID-19. First of all, let me say this. In all those states, if you look at them, these were the asinine states that believed the orange baboon in the White House when they said we got to open up right now, fast, as of yesterday, fast. This is what happens. Okay, but when you take like a state like New York, right? Who basically shut down everything. And they're not talking about reopening schools, but in a proper way, talking about social distancing, wearing masks, and, hand sanitizers that, you know, in the schools. They're planning all this. And of course, they're also keeping in mind about having classes online too, and so on and so forth. And so this is the right way of doing things. I've said this in many episodes. There's a right way and a wrong way about doing things. Okay? And those states that just reopened fast, everything right now, we got everything right now as of yesterday fast, they didn't want to listen. I take that back. They listened to the orange baboon in the White House. So, and that's what caused problems. Then, you got these same asinines that want to, travel to the beaches. They have these parties and blah, 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 blah. Just like what happened in the state of Texas at one of the colleges in the state of Texas, that they walk around with their brains up their asses, these people. And look what happened. Big problem, because they don't want to listen. And that's another big problem with many people. They don't want to listen the first time when people talk to them. They want to walk around with their brains up their asses 24 hours, 7 days a week, doing drugs all day long. I mean, seriously. And they're thinking, oh, because Trump said it's a hoax and we don't have to wear masks and this and that. And all of a sudden, bing, bang, boom, they got like 100 cases now of COVID-19. Because they think it's a funny joke, these kids. They think everything in life is a funny joke all the time. And, and their parents are no better because, their parents don't know how to discipline them. You know, they should have disciplined their kids and saying, you have to listen the first time when people speak to you. Because these kids don't know anything about discipline. And look what happens. Look what happens. But now, I mean, thanks to the true leadership like the state of New York, doing things the right way. They're talking about reopening. It, they're they're working with the experts on how to properly reopen. They're working on keeping also having classes online, stuff like that. But you know, and then here's the other thing, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a few other things. Number one, kids from kindergarten to through 12th grade, the parents are responsible for them. The parents make decisions for them. If the parents don't want their kids to go back to the schools in September, then that's their decision. Okay? They could say, I want my kids doing the online classes. Okay. But then again, there's also many parents who say it's important for my kid to go back to the school for whatever their reasons are, and saying this is what needs to be done as well. So whoever, from kindergarten to 12th grade, parents make the decisions for their kids. Okay, if the parents don't want to send them back, that's their decision. If they say, okay, yeah, send them back, that's their decision. And the government is working things out about, like maybe go 3 days a week for a few hours, wearing masks, social distancing. How can we work out the classrooms where there'll be social distancing, having a hand sanitizers and stuff like that. It's a correct way and a wrong way about doing things. Now, you want to talk about colleges? Okay, colleges. Now, for the most part, that's for people in the adult age. Okay, and yes, many parents pay for their kids to go to college. Yes, granted. But here's the thing: even if the parents pay for the kids' college, they have no right. The parents have no real right to make decisions for their kids in saying you're not allowed to go back there. I mean, yes, the parents can say, you know what, we're not paying for it. Yeah. So that is one way that's one thing that parents can do. But on the other side of the coin, parents don't have the right that once their kids are of legal age, the kids make their own decisions. Okay? Right or wrong. And, you know, if these kids want to go back to college, they have every right to, if they choose to, you know. And the colleges, the heads of these colleges, all of them, whether religious or public, the colleges, the administration of each college has to say, this is the rules and the regulations in order to return back to campus. You have to wear masks. You got to social distance, hand sanitizers, make rules and regulations. It's not a bad thing. And if the kids and or the parents say, nope, we're not going back, that's it. Hey, listen, that's their choice. If you want to go back, this is the rules and regulations. And stop and the administration has to stop all these fraternities and whatever. No parties, no this, no that. Strict rules and regulations. You don't like it, get the hell out. That's strict. You have to. There is no other choice. You have to. You know, it's because a lot of these kids are not disciplined. They don't know discipline. And that's basically the parents' fault. But this is a part of the real world. In the real world, there's rules and regulations. And if you don't like it, if you're gonna have a temper tantrum, acting like a baby, goo goo goo, ka, 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 and crying like a 2-year-old and stomping their feet and saying, "Oh, they rules and regulations. I don't like it." You're never gonna make it in this world. You have to start to act like an adult in life. If you're in the adult age, you have to start to act like it. So, and that's the truth. That's the truth. Stop acting like babies. So, because like when they go to try to get a job, if their boss tells them to do something, you know, if it's rules and regulations and saying, hey, this is part of what you have to do here, Part of the company's rules. What are you gonna do? You're gonna act like a 2-year old? You're never gonna make it in life. You're never gonna become a success then. You're not gonna amount to anything. You want to amount to something in life? You got to obey by the rules and regulations, and that's it. So, and the rules and regulations have to be reasonable, okay, and realistic. And if those are made like that, then that's what has to be obeyed. Seriously. And here's the thing that I tell many kids that are in college, that are in the adult age, and they complain, oh, life is too hard. Oh, I got a car. Oh, I got I have my parents and my butt. Let me tell you something. This is what I tell many of them. Okay, you you are very lucky to have parents in life, and one day, because you're very pampered right now. You're pampered. They pay everything for you, whatever. You know, many live underneath their parents' roof still. And let me tell you something. Mommy and daddy don't live forever. And with you being in the adult age, God forbid if anything happens to your parents, they should die today, tomorrow, whatever. You're screwed. You're screwed. Really, because how are you going to survive? Mom and daddy pay for everything. Think about it. And if for any of these kids who say, "Well, I'll go live with other family members," blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something. The reality of things is, if you're lucky to have other family members to take you in, that's great. But let me tell you something. Reality of things is, they don't have to. They say, "No, we can't." That's it. They don't have to. You're in the adult age. You're on your own. Nobody is legally responsible for you. You are legally responsible for yourself. So you are up the creek without a boat. So you better get your brain out of your asses. Start to use your intelligence for once in your pathetic lives. Stop worrying about doing drugs all goddamn day long, and really start to act like an adult in life and use your brain. Seriously. Because if you don't, you're screwed. So, and that's just the reality of things, ladies and gentlemen. It's harsh. It's sad. But guess what? It's the truth. It's the truth. So, but I want to remind all my fans out there that after I'm done hosting an episode of this show, Equality and Rights for All, I will host another episode of my show, Advocate Information Highway, on YouTube. And I also want to remind all my fans out there, don't forget to go to my website, which is my business, and it's called Advocate Information Highway, and the link to there is awldny.com. Again, that's awldny.com, and you guys can check out all the pages on there. And I hope to speak to everybody again tomorrow for Disabled Reality here on Spreaker.com. And so with that, take care, everybody. Bye.